Hello YouTube, this is Kerri from Razor Sharp Crafts, and I am bringing you my very first Diamond Dies design team project. The dies that I use for this project you can find and purchase at diemonddies.com, and if you use coupon code Kerri's Friend, you'll get 10% off plus free shipping, and that's KERRISFRIEND. So let's just get to it. Move this out of the way. Alright. We got to pan out a little bit. And here we go. Alright. So this started out with a poem and a picture. And from this poem and this picture, I've created this. The poem is by Robert Frost, and it's Nothing Gold Can Stay. And it says, "Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leave, so Eden sank to grieve, so dawn goes down today, nothing gold can stay." So I took that and I searched for a picture of a sunset, and I found this one. And just off of Google, and then I just printed it out on its photo paper. And from there, I created the canvas. As you can see, a little bit of similarity there. And originally, I used the fern leaf die, and it looks like that, from Diamond Dies. And originally I was just going to cut the fern leaves and go around the outside of the canvas and then put the poem on the canvas. And but then I ended up liking my sunset so well I didn't want to cover it up. So I decided to make it the focal point, and I made this circle out of chipboard to go around it, and I used my Diamond Dies to decorate all around. So, alright, so the canvas, let's start with that. The canvas was made using Prima's Sunrise Sunset collection, and there's only a little bit of that actually peeking through anymore, and that's basically right here. I used two different blue acrylic paints and white acrylic paint to get my sky look. And I used a cotton ball to get the cloudy look of the white in the sky. This is just regular black cardstock that I tore to kind of make it look like, it looks more like mountain ridges than treetops, but the inspiration picture was treetops, but this kind of looks more like mountain range. Well, guess whatever you want to call it. And then I just Mod Podged the paper, the two papers onto, this is a 6x6 canvas. And then I painted the sky over top of it. And then the sun I made using Shimmer's Paint Dazzler Lemon Drop. And I mixed in some Pearl X bright yellow. And then I just kind of dabbed it on and gave it a lot of texture. Let's see. You can see how it's all like bubbly and whatnot. So, okay, so that covers, I guess that covers the canvas pretty much. So then, like I said, I used the fern leaf die from Diamond Dies. I absolutely love this. And what I did is I took some gold, Inca gold. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, right there. Gold, Inca gold, and that's what it looks like on the inside. And I covered some white cardstock with it, let it dry, and then buffed it. I kind of want to put that in the picture so you can see. I let it dry completely, and then I buffed it with a paper towel. And then I just used my die to cut the paper and that gave me my gold fern leaves. Or, yes, they're fern leaves. And there's 8 of them on there total, all the way around the outside. So then I took the sunflower set, which looks like that. There's 2 big flowers and then there we go. And then the small one that makes 12 different little flowers for the center. But instead of making sunflowers, I used a fellow design team member's idea and I made daisies. So, and the only difference is I used white cardstock for the flower petals, and then I made the centers gold, and again that was just the gold Inca gold on white cardstock cut out. And so you can see there's 4 of those, and I'll give you a close-up. Woo. Okay, so and that's how I made excuse me, that's how I made the flowers. And then I used the pine branch, which looks like that, with some green yellow Inca gold, which looks like that. And I covered, it was either 3 or 4 pieces of white cardstock with this Inca gold. And as you, well, this wasn't the one I used. I ended up, this one had mold on it, and I ended up just scraping it off, and then it worked fine. But it really didn't take a whole lot. I threw out a lot because I wanted to make sure I had all the mold out. But it was either 3 or 4 pieces of 8.5 by 11 white cardstock that I used, and I couldn't even tell you how many there were. I know one piece of paper did 12. I know I messed up a couple and had to throw them out, but they are all just sticking from behind the ring up around the canvas to fill in the empty space, the void there. I attached the canvas to the circle by using, right here you can see that black line. That is a wooden barbecue skewer, and there's one on the bottom too, but you really can't see it because it blends in with the black cardstock. But it's a wooden barbecue skewer that I painted black, and then I just attached it to the back of the ring. And then I covered the ring with a piece of black cardstock to so that you didn't see like all the extra stuff from behind, you know. So the pine branches were attached to the back of the chipboard ring using just Scor-Tape. And I have a video that shows exactly how I did that. I just lined it with Scor-Tape and I laid them on it and pressed them down to make sure they were stuck. Sorry. Alright, and then, as you can see, there's the poem, and it goes clockwise. And with that, I just printed it off on my computer, or off my computer with my printer, and I cut it into little pieces, and then I used some olive vine silks acrylic glaze. Yeah, you can't really see in there that well. But I used that, and I painted over top of them, and then you couldn't really see the writing anymore. So I just used a black Sharpie pen and went over the writing to make it stand back out again, which I ended up liking that more because it kind of gives it an actual handwritten look. So it kind of looks like maybe I just wrote it. I wish I had that nice of handwriting, but I don't. So And then like the circle's just made out of a piece of chipboard. I just used my faulty compass because it doesn't lock, it just swivels around. I have a video of me making the circle, and it literally took me a half an hour just to make the circle because this thing just kept moving and moving. And I found out it's not supposed to do that, so I guess I need a new one, which really sucks because this is brand spanking new. Oh well. I bought it because it was pretty in blue, because blue's my favorite color. So, okay, so, with the fern leaves and the sunflowers, I just positioned the fern leaves the way I wanted them. Put hot glue on the back of the daisies, made with the sunflower dye, but they're daisies. I put the glue on the back of the daisy, the hot glue, and then I just put it down on top of the fern leaves, and then that held everything in place. So that covers the poem. I covered the fern leaves, I covered the daisies, I covered the pine needles, or the pine branches, and I covered the canvas. So I guess that is everything then. And like I was saying, I recorded pretty much the whole process. I did a little bit of stuff off camera, but I also, anything I did off camera, I explained when I came back on camera. So if there's any questions, just feel free to ask. I can answer any questions you may have. But this is my first design team project, and I absolutely love it. I have completely fallen in love with this piece. So I have some more ideas that will for projects that are coming very soon. I probably won't be recording the whole process just because they'll be just kind of, they might be a little more time consuming, and it'd just take too long to record everything. But I have a few ideas in my head. I don't know if they'll be right off the bat or if they'll be ones I'll just do later. I'd like to get a couple more projects right out here kind of quickly so I can help Dee out in starting her business. I have a glue string here that just does not want to let go. There we go. Alright, so I'm telling you, these diamond dies, you guys, ladies, gentlemen, everybody watching, they are amazing. They cut wonderful. Like, these are layers of Inca Gold and a pretty good weight. I don't know what the weight is of the chipboard I used, but it was a little bit lighter than paper tray ink, but there was still some good heavy chip cardstock. Through Inca Gold and the cardstock cut great. So yeah, I highly recommend these dies. If you haven't bought some, go buy some, and remember to use my coupon code Kerri's Friend, and all that information will be in the description box, so you can go from there and check everything out. I also have a giveaway going on for this die right here, the small monarch butterfly. So if you would like to win this die, if you go back a couple videos, you will see what you need to do to be able to win that die. And I only have 3 entries in my giveaway so far, and it's only open for another, I think, 12 days, so chances are good, so go and enter in the giveaway. So I want to thank you all very much for watching, and give you this one more time. Please stay tuned for more projects from me here at Razor Sharp Crafts using my wonderful diamond dies. All right, thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.